Hey guys, what is up? Today I come to you with another weekly review of Gintama 2017 or Gintama Poroi arc, and we have come to the conclusion of the boyfriend arc. Now, I know it's been quite a while since we've last seen anything comedic with Gintama after the start from 2015 with the Shogun assassination arc, but we also know that Gintama is well known for these short comedic arcs, so it's nice to see this. And remember, this entire season is basically where the studios animated all the comedy arcs that never were placed back during when 2015 was running. So all of these arcs are going to come out are basically mini arcs that were placed before the Shogun assassination and the Farewell Shinsengumi and the Rangekyu arc. So this episode was plenty hilarious. We came to find out that Kagura's giant boyfriend, her Titan boyfriend, is named Dai, and he is a prince from the planet of Titans. So he took interest in Kagura simply for one reason: her strong genes. Because how he came to like her is that every day they would spar at each other, and he fell in love with the fact that she was strong and everything. So he said, in order to have her and for her to pass on her genes, he needs to have her as a girlfriend. But not only that, he skipped all the levels that it takes to proceed to becoming from a girlfriend to a wife. So instantly he says, no, she's no longer going to be my girlfriend. She is going to be my wife, and she has the genes to carry on for our next offspring. So a whole lot of stuff had happened in this episode where he's trying to get her to marry him. And how they go about it is that when they take interest in a female, because the thing is with his race, they go all over the galaxy to find a particular female who has the genes for a strong offspring. And once they find that female, they take her with them, but they destroy the planet. So now that they found Kagura, someone who has the DNA, the genetics for a strong offspring, once she and him come together after marriage, then they will destroy planet Earth. But what he did not realize is that Kagura has two crazy fathers, and she has a glass-wearing brother, a brother that cares very deeply for her, not Kamui, but her Earth brother, which is Shinpachi. So he messed with the wrong girl, and how we came to find that these two actually interacted was because of Soyo. She made an appearance in this episode. She introduced both of them with each other. So that's how all of this mess has started. And the guy that gave the love letter to her was actually his friend, and we can conclude that from last week's episode. So a lot of funny stuff had happened, and when Gintoki and Umibozu found out that he was going to plan to destroy Earth, we saw a whole bunch of Titans starting to come down from the ship because he tried to force marriage on Kagura. He knocked her out first and tried to force marriage on her, and then he tried to take her back to his planet, but of course his plan failed. Gintoki and Umibozu, before he can even fly back into space, already destroyed his whole planet too of people, and basically he just turned tail and went back home, and he never married Kagura, but he was very thankful for meeting her and stuff. And might I add, what happened at the end of the episode had my jaw dropping. Like, I did not expect that, and only something like that can happen in Gintama. So all well that ends well. Kagura stays with her family, and he comes to find out that Kagura, even though possibly in the more serious arcs we know that Kagura understands what the difference between romantic love and familiar love, in this she doesn't really understand it. But we come to find out that she does know that she has boyfriends, which is Gintoki, her father, and Shinpachi, her way of expressing her love towards them, and she's not willing to leave them. And what the funniest part of this episode was the ending, was the same father, the priest that was supposed to marry Dai and Kagura, just before Umibozu and Gintoki and Shinpachi interfered. It comes to find out when Shinpachi kicked the father and made both him and Dai accidentally kiss, he actually turns around and develops feelings for the priest, for the father. So it's like, yo, he turned the other way. He's going the other way and said, I now understand what it means to love a father. And it just like, you did not expect that at the end of the episode. And I was just like, did they really go there? And then it makes you think, this is Gintama. Of course they're going to go there. They don't care. They jumped that fourth wall. They jumped that borderline a long time ago, way back in 2006. And I was just left like, my God, that is one way to end an arc. Now, next week we have a new arc, and a character that we have not seen in over 10 years is finally making her reappearance, and that is Ikumatsu. So I cannot wait to see her again finally, you know, in HD and like 10 years later. So, you know, once you see her, you know, another particular character is going to be thrown in the mix for this whole dynamic to work. So I can't wait for next week's episode. If you saw this week's episode of Gintama Poroi Arc episode 2, do leave a comment down below on how you felt about this week's episode. What do you find in particular funny? And were you surprised by the ending of this week's episode as I was? Also, the links are in the description box. Hit that like button and the subscribe button. It will really help my channel out. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!